let's go over this way. Ethereal Days started because I was trying to find a unique way to photograph the landscape around Moab. I was asking myself, how can I photograph this amazing landscape and do it as well as other photographers have, but in a completely new and personal way? I really admire artists because they create unique individual pieces of work. And I want my photography to be as unique as an artist's painting. Well, my search led me to water, and I became really fascinated with the reflections that form on the surface of the pools in the desert, especially right after a rain. I was hiking home late one evening after a shoot, and I noticed that the stars were actually reflecting on the surface of these pools around me. And so I challenged myself as a photographer. How could I capture the stars reflecting on the surface of these pools? Photographing the reflections of stars is really hard. It requires that I compose the image in the daylight, and that lets me focus, which is nearly impossible in the dark. And also I can pre-expose the film to build up shadow detail. So I have to know then the position of the brightest stars in relation to the pool before I even shoot. Camera height is also vital, because if the camera's set up too high or too low, I'll completely miss the shot that I'm going for. I quickly learned that I actually had to spend the whole night out with the cameras in order to make successful photographs. Winter nights are definitely the best for photographing because they're so dark and because the darkness is so long. But of course, the winter nights happen to be the coldest. When I realized that the moon was also creating an awesome reflection, and it provided ambient light for the rest of the scene, I changed the project to include the moon. Because the moon changes so much, from a sliver to a full moon, it actually provides a whole spectrum of light. And so I've had to learn to shoot under varying moon conditions. I really like being out and watching the photograph happen. When you get to see the stars and the moon moving across the sky, and literally the lights in the sky scribe themselves on the surface of the pools. I just happen to be there to catch it on film. I'm really looking forward to this winter because it's going to give me a lot of time to work on the project. I have some new ideas. I'm going to try to make it even more unique. I'm hoping to incorporate large format instant film, and that will actually allow me to create a one-of-a-kind print for each night that I'm out. And I can still make digital prints of that, but I like the idea of having a singular piece of work.